Welcome to the Host Vandy tutorial on how to edit your home page. Upon logging into your website and being greeted with the dashboard, we will now use our mouse cursor to find the title Pages. Upon hovering over, we will then select All Pages. This will now take us to a page where we can see all the available pages currently on the website. Next, again, we will use our mouse cursor to find the page titled Front Page. In this case, it is the Ladogal Bulldogs page. As you can see when hovering over, we have an option to edit, quick edit, trash, view, or edit with Elementor. Please note that we will select edit with Elementor as that is the page builder we are using. As you can see, our internet has taken a slight dip and is taking longer to load than normal. I apologize for this wait. As you can see, the website has now loaded. Again, we will use our mouse to move around the website. As you can see, moving between sections, certain spots are highlighted with a blue border when hovering over them with the mouse. First, we will start with a section. Hovering over at the top, you can see we have three options. We can add a new section, we can edit the current section, or we can delete the section. In this case, we will select Edit. As you can see, I have now selected the Edit button, and on the left hand side there is a new bar that is opened with some options. And here, we're able to stretch the section, change the width of the content, change the gap, the height, vertical alignment, overflow, and so forth. We're also able to edit the structure. As you can see, this section currently has 2 columns inside it. Next, we'll move to the style section. Here, we're able to add the background image. We're also able to add a color, change the position of the image, fiddle with attachments, the repeat settings, the size, as well as add scrolling and mouse effects. Scrolling down, we have a background overlay option. And here we are able to add a background overlay. As you can see, we currently have the color set to the green, and we've got the occupancy as set as 0.64. Moving on, we are able to add a border to the section. As you can see, we currently do not have a border, but we are able to add one very simply. We will now remove this border and we will carry on. Next, we are able to add a shape divider. Again, this is not necessary, but we are able to play around and see what it does. As you can see, I've added the clouds shape divider to the top. We will now remove this. Lastly, in the styling section is the typography. Here we are able to change any heading colors, text color, link hover color, and text alignment. Lastly, in the advanced section for the tab, we are able to edit the margin and fiddle with the padding. As you can see, we currently have a padding of 80 at the top and 80 at the bottom. If I were to remove those, you can see the bar has now become a lot thinner. We will now put this back to 80 as it originally was. Moving forward, we're able to fiddle with motion effects, responsiveness, and so forth. You will not need this as this is for more in-depth development. Moving on from the section, we are now going to work on the columns. As you can see by moving the mouse, we are able to select the column we wish to edit. I will edit the one on the left by selecting the Edit Column button that appears at the top left. Once again, after clicking this button, the bar on the left hand side will open. As you can see, we are able to change the column width. So the column on the left is 54%, while the column on the right will be the 46%. The vertical alignment has been set to middle, and the horizontal alignment has been set to default. Moving on to the style for the column, we're able to add a background to that column. We're also able to add a border, just like before. We will remove that now. And we're able to edit the typography of that column. Moving across, we are now editing the column, and now we will edit the widget inside the column. Again, using our mouse to work around the website, we will select the section we wish to edit. As you can see, we are now going to edit the heading. Again, we click edit and we move to the left bar on the side. As you can see, we're able to edit the title. We will now remove those exclamation marks and carry on. We're also able to add a link, change the size, the HTML tag and alignment of the heading. Moving on to the style section, we're able to change the color of the text. By clicking the bar, we have a color slider opening up, where we can easily select the color we wish. We will put this back to white and move forward. Next is the typography tab. Here we are able to change the font of the text as well as the size. As you can see, the size is 42. I will now change it to 20. I will now put it back to 42 to keep to the original. We're also able to change the weight of the typography, transform, style, decoration, line height, and letter spacing. Once we're happy, we will just close that little window again. Next is the text shadow. Here we can add a shadow to the text, but it is not required and we will leave that. We will set that back to default. Moving on to the advanced section, again we have the option to fill with the margin, the padding, motion effects, adding in a background. We are also able to add a border to just this text, as I've done there. We will remove that now. We are able to edit the positioning, responsiveness, attributes, and custom CSS. Again, these last sections will not really be needed, as it is more in-depth development. Moving on, in that column, you can see we have another text section. This is a text editor. By clicking the edit button, again, we bring up the bar on the left-hand side, where we are able to edit. As you can see, it did take a while, so please do not worry if it takes a while to load. Again, all of these settings are the same as the widget above. Moving on to the next column on the right hand side, you can see we currently have an image in there. But as you can see, there is no widget inside. My apologies, there is a widget, I have found it. As you can see, we are able to choose an image by either choosing from our media library or uploading a new image from our computer. We will now close this. We are also able to edit the image size, alignment, caption, add a link, and so forth. Moving on to the style, we're able to change the width of the image, the max width again, which we will not need to change. We can add occupancy, add a border, and so forth. Lastly, in the advanced tab, again we have the option to change margins, padding, and so forth. And that is how you would edit the front page. As you can see, you will just need your cursor and you will need to hover over the section you would wish to edit. When you are done and happy with your changes, simply hit update in the bottom left hand corner.